Okay, we're then with our first race of the day for the National Bangers, racing over 15 laps.
Alright. Greens.
The green flag goes down with our first race of the day here at the Vauxhall Stadium. Ipswich down to 2 on they go for the first time, with the early breakaway being made by Alfie Brown in the 718 car side by side. Finley Hall on the far side into turns 3 and 4 they come for the first time, and already 353 been picked up at turns 3 and 4, which is 553 of Liam Crump. Home straight dramas kicking off with a big problem for that looked to be 76 Connor Bond, another car spinning around in the back of shot and goes on to the speedway track. 100 and Finley Hall is our early leader, chased down by Alfie Brown in the 718 cars. They come round to complete what will be now 3 laps of racing, or 2 laps of racing with the additional lap for the rolling start. We saw the starter proceeding. Second place is the 645 of Josh Moll, who I'm wondering may have some relation to former Bristol F2 racer Graham Moll. Out wide has gone Bond in 67, courtesy of 76, Connor Bond, courtesy of 718 Alfie Brown. Bumpers go back in on the scoreboard term, which has dealt a few cars a piece of the Armco barrier. The one that lost out big time in all that was Alfie Parrish in 829. Into turns 3 and 4 they come again, with the 718 going through quite nicely in this one, as we've got Alfie Brown getting put into the home straight fence after a bit of a nudge on the back end from Conrad in 76. Down the back straight we go then, with 100 Finley Hall large and in charge in this one. Second place is been fought over quite heavily as 76 Connor Bond attacks the curb with some vigour at turns 3 and 4, trying to get down the inside of 553 Leon Crump on turn 4, but that didn't quite come to fruition. Down the back straight, top 3 now running line astern for the race. Of course, top 4 qualifies, so these 3 may just want to run single file for now, not bother racing each other too much. And the 4th place comes apart. Into the wall goes Bond in 76 after some bumper work of rather large proportions from Crump in 553. So down the back straight we go once more, with the leaders coming to the halfway point of this one now, with the Union Jack at the ready to signal the halfway point of this 15-lap race for the National Bangers. Finley Hall's lead has come right down now. 718 Alfie Brown has gone wide, courtesy of Connor Bond at turn 4, but they sort themselves out and keep going in this one. So down the back straight once more, the leaders coming to turns 3 and 4, with now 277 going for the lead on the inside. So Joe Planson going through to take the lead from Finley Hall as they come through to complete lap number 8. So into the second half of the race now for the National Bangers' first last chance race of the evening. So it's been a lively one so far. Second place is now going to be 645 of Josh Moll, chased down by the long-time leader Finley Hall in the 100 car. They all slapped the wall coming out of turn 4. So final few laps of the race. It's going to be 5 laps to go when they come back round this time, when we'll have 15 laps completed. 10 laps completed even, if I get my words in the right order tonight. Finley Hall now puts the bumper in on the back of the second place runner, 645 Josh Moll, and goes back to second place. Those two, I think, are just going to let the leader get away at this point in time. With so you're looking as if Joe Planty in 277 may have very little challenge in the closing few laps of our first National Banger contest of the evening. Into them show they come once more, with Finley Hall in 100 trying to pull away from the third place runner Josh Moll. What's happening further back? Got a spinner at the back. Oh, and a big head-on goes in as 718 of Alfie Brown goes straight through the front end of the spun Leon Crump in 553 at turn 4. They saw themselves out, and now we have the first car going opposite tonight, with Leon Crump in 553 looking for somebody. He goes for Connor Bond, doesn't get there. Connor sees him coming, gets out of the way rather wisely. So down the back straight we go. We planted in 277, our race leader, as we make our way through now. Not many more to run, and a head-on goes in. The leader has been stopped. So Crumpers goes victim. He gets jacked up in turn as well for his triples by Moll in 645. The leader continues on his way despite the heavy portion given to him by the car waiting opposite on turns 3 and 4. So down the back straight we go once more. Will there be a change at the front? Planted in 277 still leading. He's had to avoid a car on opposite again. Leon Crump causing further dramas away to our right. So as we come through now with what is now going to be 14 of the laps completed as far as I can work out. So down the back straight we go for what could very well be the penultimate time of asking in this one. One car into the speedway shell. Bumper goes in, a big burial. Planton's gone in, so is Finley Hall in 100, and 645 Moll down the inside and comes through to touch the flag and win the race. Second place is Finley Hall. Third will be Joe Planson in the 277 car, and 76 Connor Bond, as far as I can work out, is your final qualifier. No, big head on the run down that mole in 645 is destroyed at turn 4, and more cars go charging in airtime and everything as Planson goes in the back of 829 Alfie Parrish. More cars going. Conrad destroys Parrish on the rundown lap, and in comes on to join the party. Alfie Brown had to get involved as well and does a back wheel shot of the 277 car. So that'll do it. I think that's everyone we're going to get home in that one, with the dramas kicking off on the car park turn. Lots of action going in that one, and Connor Bond has to finish off proceedings as well in the pipe, along with Finley Hall in 100, who went in on the side of 829 of Alfie Parrish at turn 4. So we'll get the full result confirmed by race control very shortly, and once we have it, I'll give that to you from the confirmed results. Right then, so quick rundown of the grid we have on track for the second last chance event of the day. Once again, top 4 through to the World Championship. So 188 Jacob Anslow is on the pole position alongside what looks to be 561, Jack Pilgrim. Then beyond that, we find ourselves with 963 Sam Hawkins alongside what will be 158 Brandon Turner, and then the back of the grid, from what I can see, is going to be 95 Dylan Gamble. So that's the runners and riders. This one, 50 laps once again coming your way with a rolling start, top 4 through to the world final.
Greens.
And the green flag is once again shown. Where we go with the Bangers in their second last chance race of the day. Already one car in the home straight fence, which is 158 Brandon Turner, as they go to turn 1 down the back straight. Anslow in 188 leads the way, chased down already in the early stages by Pilgrim into the marker tires. Backwards has gone 158 Brandon Turner. The back axle appears to have gone on impact with the tyres. Got pit manoeuvred on the far side by Sam Hawkins in the 963 car. Well, he is still going, but the back end is dragging on the floor, so I suspect he may not go a huge amount further. So round they come then. We've got a big push as well for third place into the wall. Now goes 963 Sam Hawkins, courtesy of 95 Dylan Gamble. Not quite spectacular as that following he did at Bradford a few weeks ago. Anyway, down the back straight, we've got the back marker causing some dramas as 158. Brandon Turner has spun in front of these, now gets beached on top of the curbing at turns 3 and 4 and goes wide to miss the stranded 158. Can't never mind, Dylan Gamble decides to go through the back end of the car and just beat you the other way around instead. So I suspect that's partially out of the problem, because 158 has managed to get going in a Brandon Turner. If someone else goes out, he may very well qualify if he can unlap himself from them. So your leader is still going to come through now as 188 Anslow, the very badly ailing Brandon Turner. 158 is trying to keep going, of course, just see if he can try and get himself into the world final, provided there's some problems ahead of him. On the inside will come 561 of Jack Pilgrim. Out of turn 4 they come. We've got another spin onto the infield for 158 Brandon Turner, who's certainly been the entertainer so far in this one, with the damage on the back of the Scorpio creating a rather effective drift car. Through they come again with 963 bringing up the rear of the qualifiers from what I can work out so far. Samuel Hawkins. 158's gone again, gets jacked up on the entrance to the far side by 188 Jacob Anslow, who's been doing a lot of racing at Buxton Raceway this year in their street bangers. Oh, and gambling 95 with a huge hit on the back of 158 Turner. Is he going to look for somebody on turn 4? Brandon Turner, he's going, and he's hit what looks to be Hawkins in 963. Didn't do a huge amount to stop him, but it has put Hawkins a lap down to our race there. Jacob Anslow, who managed to find time to blow up the back marker while leading the race. Such was the advantage he has. Through they come again. Lap comes through. 17.624 was the lap that time for Jacob in 188. Down the back straight we go. Anslow's been stopped in 188 in a schmozzle down on turns 1 and 2. So we've got a new race leader. Through has come Jack Pilgrim in 561 to lead the way. If these 4 keep circulating, I think they're more or less guaranteed a place in the World Championship in the next race. Pilgrim goes wide. Anslow back down the inside and takes the lead once more. Oh, dearie me. Jacob Anslow with a huge head on to the front of the 158 machine. They all go piling in, as we've also got Sam Hawkins in 963 piling through the front of Brandon Turner in 158, who was right up against the fence on the back straight. I'm minded to say the 158 can't maybe finished off. Maybe not, he's still going for some more. We're going to get another head on down there. We are indeed. Dylan Gamble goes in for a T-bone on the side of Turner in 158. This race is sort of descended into a pseudo demolition derby down on the town bend. So 561 of Pilgrim is your leader. Look at the state of 158 Brandon Turner's car. There's not anything left straight on it by the looks of it so far. So a few more cars have picked up damage with the various skirmishes on the scoreboard bend. So through they come. 561 Jack Pilgrim is about to lap 963 Sam Hawkins for the third time this race. Down the back straight he goes, lapping the back marker once more. So Jack Pilgrim looking fairly certain to win this one, but as I say, it's top four that matters, so winning it isn't everything in these last chance races on Bangor World Final night here at TSJ Promotions. Anslow running second from what I can work out. We'll double check all that. And Gambling 95's opposite. I guess a head on and a half from our leader Jack Pilgrim. Pilgrim's then T-boned by Sam Hawkins in turn. Here comes Jacob Anslow and nails the back of Jack Pilgrim in 561. That's crucial. They're the leading two as we come through to start the final lap. It's between these two for the race lead. Into turns 1 and 2 they go. Pilgrim rattles around the plating at turns 1 and 2. Got a wheel off down there as well. Here comes Jacob Anslow with a big push on Pilgrim in 561. They all go charging into the fence. Bumpers, brakes applied, whatever you like have been applied. And 188 Jacob Anslow comes down the inside line and takes the black and white and wins it. Second place is 561 Pilgrim. 95 Dylan Gamble should be third place for the Scrapyard Screamers. He's a few laps down right enough, but he's come through and finished anyway. And then 963 Samuel Hawkins after that. Bit of a burial on the rundown lap as well, as it looks as if 158 Brandon Turner has seen further attention from the race winner. So that rounds out a rather lively second last chance race today for the National Bangers. Next on track will be the big one tonight, the World Championship at race number 3. Red flag goes out to round that one out. Right, about ready to bring the World Championship qualified drivers out on track to line up in their grid positions. First of all, the parade to take place. We'll call the drivers out in grid order and present them to you as they come through. So the first driver to join us out of the pit gate will be 211 of Dave Dawes through the National Point Series. So here comes Dave Dawes with the Ford Scorpio number 211, our pole sitter for this year's World Championship. Next up we have outside row number 1. The Scout himself, number 749, Kyle Fido, through via the Entertainer Points series this season. He comes to take his grid position of number 2. Next up on the inside of row number 2, we find 881 Nathan Cartridge, who is through as the World of Shale champion. So through comes Nathan 811. On to grid position number 3. Next up, 691 Archie Snape on the outside of row number 2 in the Levellers colours. And Archie is in through being the English champion. Next up, 490. He's going to be Harrison Pickles, the PRI world champion in the 2 litre bangers this season. He comes out with his Mercedes E-Class Estate. On the outside of row number 3, we're going to find 313 of Kian Zach in via the Entertainer Points table to qualify for the World Championship for 2025. And next up we're going to find ourselves 226 TJ Brandon through the National Points series. Going off the order of being given third place in that series. He will, as a result, I believe, start inside of row number 4. And then on his outside, as a result now, as far as I can work out, will be the last chance to winner, 188 Jacob Anslow. And oh God, we're back at FCR again, aren't we? A tradition that was made in the Bangor World Finals and R-Factor in the past. It's managed to make its way over to Beam as well. Okay, after that we go to 645, another one that did very well in the last chance races earlier on, and 645 is Josh Mole. Then next up we will find number 561, Jack Pilgrim. who is the next driver to join us on circuit for this World Championship. Here comes 100 Finley Hall with the Paxton Beasley replica. And there is 277 Joe Planston with the Jaguar. So here comes 95 Dylan Gamble through the pit gate to join us now.
Mr. Scappy Schemer.
Next we find number 76, which is going to be Connor Bond. And then the back of the grid, we find one of our other last chance drivers, number 963, Sam Hawkins. So the grid is now formed, ready to go for the Unlimited National Banger Championship of the World. Drivers have spent all season qualifying for this event. They've also come through last chance races earlier on in the day. We're about ready to go racing with the 2025 TSJ Promotions Unlimited National Banger Championship of the World. Are you ready? Drivers, start your engines.
My engine won't start.
Here we go then, 13 cars, 20 laps, green flag goes down, and we go with the Unlimited National Banger Championship of the World. The green flag is down, already problems on the back straight, one car failing to get away on the start. More time, 749 for those been hooked around, one car into the tyres already. Joe Plans is going big pile up at turn one. We've got several cars in, 6-9 will actually stay, one of them at the back of the pile up. So round to complete, lap number one then. Who's it going to be out in front? And it is going to be our pole sitter, Dave Dawes in 2-1-1, who leads the way around the first lap. Then 8-8-1 in second place, Nathan Cartledge. More dramas away to our right, as into the wall heavily has gone. That looked to be 76 Connor Bond, courtesy of a big push behind from the Water Boy. That looked to be on the entrance to the home straight. So your leader is still going to be Dawsey in the 211 car. Big push going in up there on turns 3 and 4. 749 Fido's fallen out with 691 Snapper on the back straight. Snapper's now been taken aside by Anslow. I think that was in 188. It is indeed. Jacob Anslow's now just taken over the front. Jarmas on the back straight with cars spinning everywhere at 691. Actually, Snake was one of them that went around on the back straight into the bargain. 749 Fido now T-bones the side of one of the cars out on turn 4, which was a rather large impact indeed. So coming through to complete more and more laps in this one. Jacob Anslow is our race leader. He's had to just avoid a reversing car. So we had 963 Sam Hawkins trying to get back to the infield and nearly T-boned another car on his way doing so. So down the home straight they come. Harry Brown 490 making progress. And 100 Finley Hall giving a big hit there by the Waterboy on turn 4. 691 Snapper's gone in. He's going to get jacked up in turn by 881 of Nathan Cartledge on the home straight. For any more, I wonder, on the home straight. 277 Jay Planson's going through with a rear range Jaguar. It looks like Connor Bond's been attacked by 490 Harrison Pickles on the infield on the entrance to the home straight. More cars go charging in, including Jacob Anslow 188. Jack Pilgrim tries to find a way through in 561 and finds in the marker tyres. So it looks like as a result of that, we have got 881 of Nathan Cartledge away and gone at the front. It appears in this one for the Unlimited National Bangers. Into turns 3 and 4 they come. A brake locking there for 188 Jacob Anslow as they went into turns 3 and 4. So Cartledge is away and gone at the front as far as I can tell in this one. More cars gone in and oh dear, 645 Mole has been destroyed by 749 Carl Fido on turn 4. So who's going to come out of this on top, I wonder? It's been all very dramatic in the ending. Oh, Monster head on as TJ Brandy 226 goes in and 76 O'Connor Bond snaps himself up on the fence. More dramas on turn 4 as we lose Dawsey in 211 to the infield. TJ Brandy's going to spin out Dylan Gamble in 95 and Brander's gone, gets T-boned as well as he goes by Cartridge in 811 and 881 Cartridge now gets a big head on from TJ Brandy in 226 in turn. So with all this, Dylan Gamble has come through in 95 cars successfully and could well be your race leader in all this. 749 Fido head on with Dave Dawes in 211 at turn 4. Car spun around the home straight, but managed to rejoin on the back straight. Then 95 Dylan Gamble is, as far as you can work out, your current race leader in this National Banger World Championship. Through turns 3 and 4 he comes, he gets a big hit there and he nailed Snapper in 691. 100 Finley Hall was also involved in trying to stop the leader. It didn't quite work as maybe they planned, but a delay was given. Oh, we've got a big burial up there at turns 3 and 4. Got a wrecking train on the entrance to the far side. 749 Fido's gone into the back of it. It's completely caged what looks to be 963 Sam Hawkins up there who's involved. Hawkins rejoins, albeit with a rather shortened machine. Connor Bond also got that as well in 76, albeit somewhat shorter than when he went into the pile-up, I'm sure. Finley Hall now nails the side of a stationary car at turns 3 and 4. The track is nearly blocked on the far side with all the chaos that's come out of this one. So the leaders come through then. We've got all sorts of dramas that have happened, and we're just trying to work out where our leader has gone. It's either 95 Gamble or 881 of Nathan Cartridge. I'll try and get that confirmed to you. And it's 95 Gamble who's leading. 95 Gamble leads. Cartridge is second place in the 881 car. They could be Anslow for third in 188, but that will be double checked, of course, by race control at the end of the race if I'm wrong. Big head on, and Gamble has now been stopped by 100 Finley Hall, and through round the outside will go 881 of Nathan Cartridge to take over at the front. Gamble down to second place for the Scrapyard Screamers. 749 Fido has a lunge at 95 Gamble, but Gamble's been stopped further round the bend by Sam Hawkins in the 963 car. So Cartridge in 881 still leads. And he goes head on with Archie Snape in 691, then nails the side of 645 Josh Moll as a result. And Gamble blows up Cartridge in 881. Gamble's now done in turn by TJ Brandon 226. On the inside, Jack Pilgrim has gone through, but he's not your leader at the moment. He's a lap down still to the leaders. 881 Cartridge is starting getting a rather large roof bending shot from 95. Gamble still leads. 490 Pickles is just going around with both of them pointing in completely opposite directions to each other. Cartridge is now caught up behind the backmarking Snapper. And in goes 95 Gamble with an airtime shot on 881 Cartridge into the infield tyres. Have gone 490 Harrison Pickles, maybe more favourable to a bank at Smallfield perhaps. So 561 of Jack Pilgrim coming around. Who's he looking for? Oh, he's gone in on the front of 963 Sam Hawkins, deliberate or not, I'm not sure. 95 Gamble has been confronted by track blockage. 881 Cartridge gets through as well. And meanwhile, on the scoreboard, Ben, things are kicking off. 749 Fido has met TJ Brand. In goes Jay Planton 277 to join the party on the back straight. Harrison Pickles has gone for a head-on with somebody stranded halfway down the far side. So 95 Gamble head-on with 645 Mole on turn 4. Where second place, here comes Cartridge, blows up 95 Gamble in 95 Cartridge. He's very nearly done in turn by 749 Fido, who came flying through the picture. 95 Gamble has been blocked in. They're trying to stop him getting out of that pile-up and they're not letting him go anytime soon. I think he's got through now, but Cartridge has a half-lap lead. Laps 76 Connor Bond on the back straight. Into 3 and 4 comes the leader. 490 Pickles reversing, but doesn't find a way to stop him. And now Finley Hall goes in on the back of 490 Pickles on turns 3 and 4. Anslow in 188 is still stationary. And he's now getting attacked by Finley Hall in 100 for his troubles, of which there have been many. Right then, so 881 is coming through now on the carnage at turn 4 up onto the speedway track. He has to avoid Archie Snape in 691. The last lap body's out the ready then, it goes down. The last lap body's out, got Carnage side on the speedway track. 691 Snape's on his side, he's back on his wheels again. So we continue on our way with a bit of a drama on the car park bend. We're down the back straight then for the final time. 881 Nathan Cartridge is your leader. Coming through the wreckage. Oh, monster head on from TJ Brandon 226. That was solid and a half. Amazingly, 881 has managed to rejoin from that, and coming through the chaos to conclude it all will be 881 Nathan Cartridge, so the checkered flag will win the World Championship. Dylan Gamble in 95 is second place, dragging a car home with him, which was 645 of Josh Mole, who was I think 3 or 4 laps down anyway. 749 Fidelis coming through with a shortened variant of his machine. Nails 490 Harrison Pickles. They've got a rollover on the far side. We've got a car on its roof as 645 of Josh Mole finishes that one off by barrel rolling across the marker tires on the far side. In goes 100 Finley Hall to blow up the race winner.
Red.
We've got another car over as well, and the red flag goes out with Jack Pilgrim also up and over down here on the car park bend. But full results come from race control very shortly, but subject to confirmation, of course, 881 of Nathan Cartridge is your champion of the world. Okay, so about ready to go then with our first of 2 all-comers events today here at Ipswich. 10 laps of the course for the Unlimited Bangers. Green flag goes down, and we go with the Bangers first all-comers event of the evening. Away we go into the battle for this one. 10 laps of the course, as we already said. And already 76 of Connor Bond is the first to get put sideways on the car park turn. Into turns 1 and 2 they go for the first time. And everybody has got to round in one piece. What a manner of thing has happened there for that to happen. So down the back straight is 490 Pickles. I did a big spin on the back straight as soon as disposed of heavily. That was 963 Sam Hawkins spun aside in a big way on the far side, then clattered by several cars. He tried to rejoin, and 691 Archie Snaper's got on the end of the home straight. Has also been spun towards the fencing at turn number 1. Oh, big fella nearly over has gone our 881 Nathan Cartridge entry as he went for a following on the back of the all pink car, which was 892 Alfie Parish. More cars going. Connor Bond has been taken out by Cartridge in 881. There was also the 636 of Josh Hember involved in the carnage. Now we've got Connor Bond in the fence on turn 4. So through they come. All leaders have to dive wide to miss the station car. Harrison Pickles goes straight to the back end of Connor Bond, takes the wheel off the 676 car, sorry. We've had Jay Planson spin as well. Oh, and a big head on over up there at turn number 2 with Josh Hembro going in for a head on 95 Dylan Gamble. So we're going to have a new leader in all this now. Harrison Pickles now running flat out on turns 2 and 4. That was by the water boy who gets taken out in turn. Oh, got a rollover on turn 4. 490 Pickles is on his roof. I'm going to go red flags, please. Red flags on the race. They've got a car over at turn 4. So race stops on that one fairly early doors with 490 Harrison Pickles coming up and over at turn number 4. Okay, so we're going to get back to racing in 3, 2, 1. Green flag goes down, and we go back to racing conditions with the National Bangers first all-comers event. A race stoppage coming on that one for a rollover at turn 4. Oh, and another big accident there. Dylan Gamble in 95 through the air along with 636 Josh Hembrough. The monster crash in front of the scoreboard, the former scoreboard as it would be at this point in time for Ipswich. Oh, more cars going as TJ Brander's blown up somebody in that little lot. Head on between 881 of Cartledge along with 277 Joe Planson at turn 2. So just wait to see what else is going to come of this one. Then I'll try and work out who our leader is very shortly. 6-9 Archie Snape has cut out half the track to rejoin. That's a novel way of getting around the circuit. So coming through now, TJ Brown will complete a lap. Just trying to work out. It could well be Jacob Anslow, our leader again in 188. We'll double check that though with the lap charts in a moment or two. Sam Dylan Gamble in 95 head on turn 4 with 963 of Sam Hawkins. We'll try and see when they come through who the leader is, and it is indeed Jacob is 313, sorry, I'm told is your leader. So 313 is the race leader of Kian Zach. He's your race leader at this point in time. Getting hooked up on turn 4 with Archie Snape in 691. Big head on as they come through, just trying to work out who our leader is. We've got a few disagreements as to who's leading this and who isn't. 490 Pickles trying to rejoin with 226 of TJ Brand coming through around the outside. Another car on its side at turn 4 by looks of turn 2, sorry, by looks of things. We'll double check that with a car. Yes, we have got a car on its side down there, which is going to be 928 of Alfie Parish. So red flags coming out. The race is being stopped with Alfie Parish on his side in 928 at turns 1 and 2. So we'll get the field regridded and once again back underway as soon as we can. Right, so racing resume once again in 3, 2, 1. Green flag, and away we go once again with the restart of this National Bangers All-Comers event. TJ Brown taking a very early portion on the restart of this one. So we're told that 313 was your leader before the red flags came on the far side. Now is the race leader of Kian Zach. Into turns 3 and 4 he comes once again. So not many more laps to do now in this one for the National Bangers. Jacob Anslow has a pop at the back of 6-9 Archie Snape, spins him aside at turn 3, and then Snape goes back to his monster T-bend against the fence as Nathan Cartledge gets a large portion from 188 Jacob Anslow on turn 4. Nearly had one over again. Jacob Anslow very nearly on his side. In goes on to join the party, which was Samuel Hawkins in 963. So wait and see where our leaders go out of this. The field comes through and 226 TJ Brand takes checkered flag and wins the race outright. Second place is going to go the way of 313 of Kian Zach, and then everybody else on turn 4 is in a great big heap and isn't looking to finish. Well, I think we know where TJ Brand's going. We don't know quite what's going to come, but he goes for a big front wheel shot on 6-9 Archie Snape. In comes another one to join the party. That was 313 of Kian Zach on the rundown lap to conclude a rather dramatic first all-comers race. He may be short, but it was a very sweet one indeed, with lots of crashing going on and 2 rollovers. How about that? It's just a 10-lap race. We'll get the field to finish themselves off then, and we'll get a red flag to be called very shortly. It's 95 Dylan Gamble cages what's left of Archie Snape's car. He gets T-boned in turn by TJ Brand. Carl Fido goes in and got a wheel off in that little lot as well on turns 3 and 4. So I don't think there's much left to destroy in this one. Red flag goes out as we have a huge challenge between 313 Kian Zach and 226 TJ Brand as the Reds come out to round out what will be all-comers number 1 for the National Bangers. Okay, here we go then with our second of the 2 all-comers races for the Unlimited National Bangers here at the Vauxhall Stadium. It's now one more car getting into line at the back of the grid, which is 829 Alfie Parish, who ended up on his side in the previous race. So we'll get the cars back underway as soon as we can. Here we go then with the second all-comers race for the Bangers. Green flag is once again down. Here we go with the second all-comers race, and already problems on turn 4. Joe Planton's been taken out by an out-of-control 636 Josh Hembrough. It must be said that Fido did some pushing in 749 as well. Connor Bonds found himself on the lay-by used by the Speedway team in the home straight, and now Josh Hembrough goes head-on with a other, and we've got a red flag coming out. The race is being stopped. So we're going to go for a red and a complete restart. The steward not happy with that initial start, and we'll try again. Right, so here we go then with a second attempt at the Bangers All-Comers number 2 event. We'll try again. as my headset decides he wants to say it's low battery now, which is not a good sign.
158 if we see that you're lagging, we'll just ask you to pull to the middle.
And the green flag is once again down. Away we go with our Bangers' second all-comers race. Away we go with a couple of cars hanging back a little bit at the start there, one of which is already looking to turn it round, I suspect. On the home straight, more carnage. Josh in 636 on the infield. Josh Hembrough, that was, who got spun aside on the home straight. Into turns 3 and 4 they go, with a bit of a drama kicking off with opposite in play. Oh, what a head-on between 226 of TJ Brandon, 636 Josh Hembrough. More cars good, and Archie Snape's on its side in 691. Red flags are out, got a car on its side at turn 4. So red flags out with Archie Snape over on turn 4, sat on top of 313 of Kian Zach. So rather large accident to start off all comers number 2. We'll get a restart in just a moment. Right, so back to race conditions in 3, 2, 1. Green flag back down. Here we go with the restart of our Bangers' second all-comers. There's big head on already between Gambling 95 and the 636 of Josh Hembrough. They get themselves unhooked and rejoin. We've got 158 on the back straight in Dramas, Brandon Turner, or 636 of Josh Hembrough with 2 months head-ons, one with Jacob Anslow, one with 95 Dylan Gamble. 490 Pickles ran in as well by 313 of Zach. Then we've got more cars in as 749 Fido went in. 691 Snapper is now T-boned by 76 Connor Bond in front of the camera on turns 3 4. Wheel off on the entrance to the home straight. 158 has been done by 749 Fido. Fido's now turned out by 76 Connor Bond, and 158 Turner gets a further bit of treatment from 691 Snapper at the end of the home straight. 95 Gamble is done, and oh dear, big accident for 158 of Brandon Turner. Oh, got a massive rollover as well.
Reds.
So we are going to go red flags, please. Red flags with 158 Brandon Turner going up and over in a big way on the entrance to the far side. Okay. Right, so we're going to get back underway again then with another restart in 3, 2, 1. Green flag back down, away we go. And I think we know it's coming here off the start. Yep, indeed we do. Big head on between 636 Josh and 749 T-Bone. 226 TJ Brementon, as did Jacob Anslow. Another one goes charging in, which was Kian Zach in 312. Another rollover. Red flags are out again. Red flags are out again with 749. Calfido on his side. It's shades of Arasawa from 2 years ago. We can't do all that without going reds. So we'll get the restart once again as soon as we can. Just waiting for track clearance to be given by the operator. Okay, so we'll try again with, I think this is now attempt number 4. So 3, 2, 1. Green flag goes back down. A few cars creeping on the get-go. Oh, and well, it must be said 636 has been given a right old push by a combination of TJ Brandon, Jacob Anslow. So round they come. We've got a rather deformed looking car. Got another car on its roof as well on turn 4. The reds are out again. Or are they? So reds are coming out again. They are indeed, with 636 this time going up and over of Josh Hembrough. So we'll once again wait for track clearance and get back underway. Okay, so we'll try once more then with 3, 2, 1. Green flag, away we go back to action with the Bangers. And as with every restart, it must be said that Josh Hembrough has been picked on again. Now we've got another head-on between 490 Pickles and 188 Jacob Anslow. Finding out who's leading this may be a difficult one to find out. We'll double check when they come through though. 95 Gamble is running around on what looks to be 3 wheels. So in all this, the leader I was told was a lap up, so I think it's 277 your leader perhaps. We'll double check all that when they come through. If not, it is 963 Sam Hawkins who is tilted ahead of everybody else, so maybe that means it is correct. 749 Fido is picked on 636 on turn 4. It looks like 691 actually Snake trying to rejoin the chaos as well. Chase flag meantime has gone down on 963, but he is a lap up, so we'll see who comes through to complete the distance next. He may still have won it though on the basis he was tilted ahead of the next car on the leaderboard, as it looks like Josh Hembrough has been jacked up in a big way on turn 4. So 277 is running second from what we can work out here in race control. So 963 is confirmed as race here. 963 Sam Hawkins takes it. Oh, big jack on fun. Dylan Gamble has obliterated the back of Josh Hembrough in 636 and knocks him over. Red flag goes out. Red flag goes out. for 15 laps of the course, £20 to the race winner, £5 to the best entertainer. But the race winner can opt to take a wildcard seed into next year's World Championship. So this will be, I was told, 15 laps. I'll double check if that's still the case. And it is. So 15 laps coming your way for the National Banger Cash Your Card race. Green flag down, away we go with our Bangers wildcard event, Cash Your Card rules. Here we go, 15 laps. We'll find out who's going to take home either a place in each world final £20. Already TJ Brand and 636 of Josh Hembrough have come together on turn 4. Big burial at Thomas to seen Dylan Gamble go away in 95, along with Sam Hawkins in 963. So round they come to complete the opening lap of this race. 749 Fidos in the fence on turn number 3. So it looks like everyone is electing to do laps in this one by Josh Hembrough in 636 spinner on the far side. Hembrough big head on with 95 Gamble. Is 313 going to come in for a head on? Yes, indeed. So as in comes 313 of Kian Zach. 636 Hembrough's here. Mark side over we go. A rollover on turn 4 and a head on as well off the cars on its roof. The red flags are coming out. The race is being stopped. 636 Josh Hembrough doing the ramp rollover competition at turn 3. So we'll get the car back on its wheels and we'll restart over the remaining distance in just a moment or two's time.
Whenever you're ready, Ben.
Okay. Green flag goes down, and we go with the restart. Well, Jacob Anza decided to stop rather than go, so I think he thought the red flag had been thrown for a minute there, but we get back underway and racing over the remaining laps of this one. There's only 12 laps to run as far as we can work out. Only 3 laps completed before the race was stopped for Josh Hembrough's rollover at the car park turn. So 188 Jacob Anzo leads the way. Here comes Josh Hembrough, and he gets second place, gets Joe Planson, then gets Dylan Gamble. Harrison Pickles goes in, so does 749 Fido, and that's a right shot and a half on the airtime department for 313 of Kian Zach. So through they come then, the field now begins to spread out, and Josh Hembrough has now been obliterated by 95 Dylan Gamble. Meantime on turns 1 and 2 the drama's being caused by several. But on the entrance to the 3rd and 4th, Ben 95 Gamble's been done again. And here comes 313 Kian Zach with a big driver's door, hits 749 Fido. In comes Conrad as well in the 76 machine. Well, somebody playing devil's advocate on turn 2, I can't quite see from here. Jacob Anzo leads the way then. 636 Josh Hembrough onto the centre, 749 Fido is spun away on turn 4. 277 Joe Planson involved. Big T-bone on the entrance to the far side, but that seems to have sorted itself out. So through we come again, and Jacob has to dodge wide to miss the awaiting car. Oh, big head on as 76 Connor Bond goes in on 749 Fido. Fido's now got a rollover on turn 4. Red flags around again with 95 Dylan Gamble this time up and over after a huge attack on the side of the Invaders car that knocked it over onto its roof. So another red flag. We'll try again over the remaining distance once more of the National Bangers wildcard event. So Jacob Anzo leads them off then. Green flag once again goes down, and where we go with the restart with 226 TJ Brand deciding to have a line all of his own. 749 Fido has straight away gone for 490 Harrison Pickles on turn 4. Didn't really stop Harrison that much, but he did slow him down a slight touch. 749 Fido has now been T-boned by 636 Josh Hembrough. Here comes 188 Jacob Anzo into turns 3 and 4. Gets Clayton around into the mark. Tiger's wheel comes off the 188 after a big attack from Sam Hawkins in 963. Connor Bond has destroyed what remains of 749 Fido. Harrison Pickles goes in on what remains of, well, to be Connor Bond. He was involved as well with 313 of Kian Zach. Another head-on goes in from 95 Gamble, who gets done in turn by Joe Planton in 277. 691 Snapper is now coming through as your race leader, I believe. 636 Josh Bond giving another large portion, this time from 188 Jacob Anslow. Here comes Kian Zach in 313. Oh, nails the side of 95 Gamble, who got sandwiched in there after he went for a shot initially on 636. Now 749 Fido is hit by 691 Archie Snape on turn 4. Planson involved. 95 Gamble blows up 749 Fido. 636 of Hembro has been done by Connor Bond. Now in goes another one to join the party. Gamble's been destroyed by 188 Anslow. Just checking to find out who our leader is. It could well be Joe Planson in 277. We'll double check that when they come through. Planson goes to the wall though in avoidance of a stationary car. I think TJ Brand is your leader in 226 in all this. So TJ Brand is your leader in 226. On the back straight goes. We've got 188 Jacob Anzo running with the Morgan three-wheeler setup. Leader dives on through and Anzo decides to blow up what remains, although there's very little of it left, of Josh Hembro's car. And Dylan Gamble with a monster head on to 749 Fido. 691 Snapper goes in on Anzo in 188. Here comes 490 Pickles. T-Bone Snapper in 691. In goes 313 of Kieran Zach. Connor Bond is in as well in 67. Entertaining prize. This one could be difficult to decide because there's been a lot of very good candidates all at different points of the race. 95 Dylan Gamble, how is that thing still running? Here we come, are we going to head on? Yeah, he's going to go into the side of Kieran Zach in 313 and over. Got a red flag, please. Got a car on each side on turn 4 with 95 Gamble on each side for the second time in this race. The red flags are over. TJ Brandy's playing very little attention to the red flags. So we're going to restart once again as soon as we can with this Bangers wildcard event. Okay, so we get on with the hopefully final attempt of our Banger wildcard event. Green flag goes back down. We're going to do a hard frame up on that occasion just so we can get a little bit of an idea of how much of the field is actually moving. And Joe Planson has gone in and disappeared, so not sure what happened there. 600 Snake has now been dug on a rollover on turn 4. Joe Planson's on his roof. So I'll just double check what the race control wish to do about that one. Okay, so we're going to try again. It's like the British Touring Car Championship deciding laps on where we have safety cars. Here we go once more. The green flag is once again back down. Away we go with the restart. We'll see if we can get to the end this time. Go to that number 19 now, due to all the stoppages we've had. So 226 of TJ Brand leads. The carnage just kicked off. Jacob Anzo has gone in very heavily. There's a wheel wandering its way around the speedway track. Is Timmy the tyre. He's back. So through they come with 226 TJ Brand coming out of turn 4 now. Is he going to go in on anyone? No, he's decided to drive on through. Snapper goes in on the side of Connor Bond, albeit rather involuntary. The shag flag, meantime, has gone down on TJ Brand in 226. He's completed the 19-lap distance that was required. Oh, in a big way on turn 4. I think it was 95 Dylan Gamble that went in with a big portion. 226 TJ Brand is now caught up on the Predators car at turn 4. And in goes 691 Archie Snape on the back of 490 Harrison Pickles. So we'll, I think, just work out the result, and then we'll have a DD in a moment or two's time to conclude our night here at the TSJ Championship of the World evening. So we'll double check everything from race control. We believe it's 226 and 961 as the top 2, or 691 as the top 2, it should be said. And we'll hopefully be able to get a DD on track very shortly. Green flag goes down. Demolition Derby time. Last count moving wins. So away we go. So the drivers have been told that full oppo won't come into play until someone has completed roughly 5 laps. That may not happen though with DD history. On the back, there was an early drama between 313 of Kieran and 749 Cal Fido. Everyone trying to get themselves sorted out there with a few dramas on the back straight already, with that was 963 being picked up and spun aside up there. That was Samuel Hawkins been picked up. He's now managed to get himself back into the action. So round they come. 749 Fido's been fenced backwards by 95 Dylan Gamble. Round turns 3 and 4 they come. We're going to see if anyone's going to get any big hits going in so far. Well, 313 Kieran Zach decides to run in 963 Sam Hawkins. It's spun out in turn for doing so by Connor Bond. Bond is then done by 691 Archie Snape on turn 4. On turns 1 and 2, big following happened away on turns 1 and 2 with 963 getting involved. Oh, big T-bone goes in from Connor Bond on the side of Sam Hawkins up there on the scoreboard bend. There was 749 Fido also involved in a nice Jate on the far side and gets just avoided by 188 Jacob Anzo. 490 Pickles is picked up by 691 Snapper. But still, this DD fairly quiet so far. Oh, 2 cars onto the infield, and 95 Gamble blows at 188. Jacob Vans on the centre. I'm not sure that's quite the intention, but never mind, they keep going. So they all get themselves off the centre area now, just about. Jacob Vans decided to go and hide behind the telehandler. So I think we're at a point now where full opposite can go into play, as we've done a number of laps now with very little going on. We've got a big head on 490 Pickles getting caught out by a rejoining car. Sam Hawkins got a car on its roof on turn number 2 is 69, turn number 3, yeah, turn number 2 was right first one. 69 actually Snape on his roof on the back straight after getting caught up with Sam Hawkins in 963.
226, get off the middle.
TJ Brand's pulled onto the infield, big head on as well. The 636 of Josh Hembrough goes in on the front of 963 Sam Hawkins. More dramas kicking off away to our left as it would be. We've got a few cars dancing around on the shale, but they're going, so I was going 749 Fido up against the tyres, gets a T-bone. So down the back straight we go, Jacob Vans in 188 now, going down the back straight opposite, nails 636 of Josh Hembrough, then gets a T-bone as for his troubles by Sam Hawkins in 963. 95 Gamble, oh, dearie me, that's completely squashed the 636 car. There's 95 Gamble came from the back end as 226. TJ Brand came from the front end of that car. He gets jacked up again, this time by Sam Hawkins in 963 to get some airtime and a half. We've got a hot rod race going on between 69 Malachi Snape and 490 Pickles. Pickles now gets turned around on turn 4. And now 69 Malachi Snape arrives at turn 1 on 2 wheels. Oh, he gets a big T-bone from 188, and there's a big pile up on turns 1 and 2, of which there just seems to be balls of metal at this point. There's no real cars left in it. On the back, they've got a spinner as Connor Bond has been spun around. TJ Brown, big head on the far side with, that was 963 Sam Hawkins. 69 Snapper goes in on the front of Brand. He gets done as well over the back wheel by 188 Jacob Anslow. 95 Gamble is looking for somebody. 749 Fido is T-boned heavily on the entrance to the far side by Sam Hawkins. 226 is on the speedway. Big hit from Jacob Anslow going in. 691 Snapper just avoids a head on with 226 TJ Brand, but has a big moment at turn 1. He goes for a 360 of rather large proportions. 749 Fido is now spun aside by 313 of Key and Zach. They get themselves hooked together. Gamble drives on through. And well, Key and Zach's piled Fido into a marker tyre. Jacob Anzo's coming round. Is he going for Dylan Gamble? No. Connor Bond, is he going for someone? No, they've all driven on through. Oh, counts to 2 wheels as 313's gone up and almost over Key and Zach. He gets caught up now with what remains of 490 Pickles. And a big jack up then over has gone Connor Bond, courtesy of a monstrous hit from 188 Jacob Anslow. That might finish both of them off, to be honest. 95 Gamble still running. Once again with the shortened variant of his machine. 313 Key and Zach still running. Gamble in 95 is still going. 490 Pickles head on with Key and Zach. Where's 95 Dylan Gamble gone? He was running. He still is. He's nailed somebody on the home straight. He's nailed 963 Sam Hawkins and then proceeds to go and do Connor Bond. 313 Key and Zach is doing donuts down there. Jacob Anzo's done. Fido, who gets T-boned as well now by Dylan Gamble in 95. They all keep running, apart from Fido's on his side. 6 Snapper, big jack up from 188 Anzo. Gamble goes in as well in turn on the back of Anzo in 188. I think Anslow and Snapper are stuck together on the back straight, so it's Haribo versus Gamble. Harrison Pickles now given a hit by Gamble, who spins himself out doing it. Jacob Anzo's come back to life on the far side after getting hooked up. He doesn't go in for 490 Pickles this time. 749 Fido still going, gets a big hit from 95 Dylan Gamble. Then another head on as well, I wonder, over on turns 1 and 2. Yes, we are. Big head on 490 Pickles, done by 188 Jacob Anslow. The event I've nearly said Andy James tonight is incredible. So down the back straight, just thinking I've got to the Walking Dead, it appears, for 2 of the cars over there. One of them is Key and Zach in 313. The other car, Fido in 749. 188 Anzo's coming round. Dodgers 95 Dylan Gamble. So who's going to fire the next shot then? Well, 313 Kienzak and 188 Jacobanzo break to avoid each other. 749 Fido's now jacked up. 95 Gamble goes in on 188 Jacob Anslow. Nobody's delivered the big fatal shot yet to anybody. 95 Gamble tangoing with 490 Pickles at turns 1 and 2. I don't think there's much steering left on the 313 car, as he's just going backwards and forwards across the home straight. 95 Gamble's been spun. Didn't see who by. Harrison Pickles given a big hit over the front end by 188 Jacob Anslow. 95 Gamble is going round, smoking the tyres and everything on the back straight. Is he going to go and do the goods to somebody? Someone's about to get a large package, and it's given to 490 Pickles. Here comes 188 Jacob Anslow. Who's he looking for? He's looking for Gamble. Big head on up there at turn number 3. At turn number 2 even. Is that it? There is still life up there from Jacob Anslow, but I think he may have got stuck together in 95 Dylan Gamble. 313 at Kieran. Zach's got very little steering, so although he's trying to come around to finish off Harrison Pickles, he's struggling to do so. He's electing to go for Dylan Gamble instead, though. I think 490 Pickles can go around in circles. Well, all that Kieran Zach has done there is gain himself off position by releasing Dylan Gamble from the pile-up. This is going to be one of those DDs that never end, isn't it? So 313 of Kieran Zach keeps running. Is he going to go for the head-on with Dylan Gamble, I wonder? Yes! And still they drive off. That's incredible how well these cars keep on moving. So just waiting for the final blow maybe from somebody. I think Jacob Anslow will probably be out as he's not moved for quite some time. 490 Pickles is just doing donuts really on the top bend. Dylan Gamble obliges on the side of 188 Jacob Anslow. And then goes head on with the water boy as well. So there is life up there from a lot of them. Jacob Anslow is now declared as out. So I think we're down just to the 3 men in for whiters in this one then for the Bangor DD. 490 Pickles gets another shot from 95 Gamble. So it looks like 490 Pickles is just able to go around in circles really at this point. There's not much life left in the 490 car. Kieran Zach has no steering at all. It appears he can only really steer in reverse. 95 Dylan Gamble's not got much of a car left. Another head-on goes in. And still they keep going with the hook together now, but they unhook. 490 Pickles, he's still not able to move from his enclosure, if you like, at turn number 1. So 95 Gamble goes in again on 313 Kieran Zach as they just play kiss chase down on the car park turn. Kieran Zach's car is just not able to go forwards anymore. The steering is, I think, beaten the engine power-wise now. Going in reverse seems to it, but going forwards just can't do anything. Here comes Dylan Gamble around for another big portion of the back of the 313 car. Goes in on the back of it, launches into the air. The engine on the 313 car falls silent. 490 Pickles is still mobile. 95 Gamble may want to go and have a look to see if he can immobilise him. As we get down to the final 2, Gamble nails the back of 490 Pickles, airtime and everything, into the back of Connor Bond's stationary car. They're still running. Dylan Gamble's car is still going, despite being half length it was at the start of the meeting. 490 Pickles appears to have stopped.
Yeah, that's killed it.
Okay, so 95 Dylan Gamble will take the Demolition Derby then. He's the last car moving. So Dylan Gamble rounds out our world final here at TSJ Promotions with a win in the Destruction Derby. Thank you all very much indeed for your support this evening here at TSJ Promotions to round out what has been a fantastic world final night. Don't forget the next meeting here will take place in 2 weeks' time on the 15th of October at the HRP Lochgelly Raceway for the Micro Bangor World Cup, doubling up with the Scottish Championship as well on that evening. But that is all we have tonight here at TSJ Operations. So once again, thank you very much for your support, and we hope to see you back in 2 weeks' time at Lochgelly.